Money Roots is made possible by the support of our sponsor, Rooted Planning Group. Are you ready to take control of your financial future? Look no further than Rooted Planning Group, your trusted partner in financial well-being. At www.rootedpg.com, you'll discover a wealth of resources and expertise to help you thrive financially. Rooted Planning Group specializes in personalized financial planning, investment management, and retirement strategies. They understand that every financial journey is unique, and they're here to guide you every step of the way. With a team of experienced advisors, Rooted Planning Group is committed to helping you cultivate a secure and prosperous future. Visit www.rootedpg.com today to learn more about how Rooted Planning Group can help you grow your money roots. Welcome to Money Roots, the podcast where personal finance gets personal. Hosted by Amy Irvine, the CEO of Rooted Planning Group. Each week, Amy and her team dig deep into the world of finance, making it more approachable and understandable for everyone, no matter where you are on your financial journey. From savings and investments to budgeting and planning, Money Roots brings you practical advice, inspiring stories, and expert insights. They believe that everyone has the potential to grow a healthy financial future, and they're here to help you nurture it. So, whether you're a financial guru or just starting to plant the seeds of your financial knowledge, this is the place for you. Get ready to uncover the tools and strategies that can help you thrive financially. So, without further ado, let's dive into today's episode of Money Roots.
Welcome, Money Roots listeners, to this week's podcast. In case you don't recognize this voice, this is Liz Zemak. I'm a financial planner at Rooted Planning Group. And today I want to talk to you guys about financial wellness and being the beginning of the year, maybe some resolutions you set. And maybe you haven't set anything yet, but you have this idea in the back of your mind that you've been kicking around and you just haven't been able to get momentum behind it. So today I just want to talk to you guys about some financial tips and some ideas on ways to get you started. So the first thing that I think is important in our experience here at Rooted Planning Group is just evaluating, where are you at? Do you have things that you want to change? You may not. You may think through your financial life, your goals, and you don't really have anything you want to change. And if that's you, how wonderful. I'm truly am happy for you that you've reached that place. And I think that you probably have done some hard work to get there. So take a moment and pat yourself on the back for that. But perhaps you do know someone that does want to make changes or has goals, and be sure to share this with them. If you find yourself in the bucket of, or in the group of having some goals, maybe they're daunting to you, or maybe it's just something that you should do, but you're not particularly inclined to make changes, right? So it could be something. I sometimes think of making sure you're flossing your teeth multiple times a day, right? Sometimes it's easy to do, but we just can't seem to find the momentum to make it a habit. So first, we want to really evaluate where we're at. That's the most important part of getting started. So what is your goal? What is it going to take to get there? So that's going to be the first step that I want you to take, is look at the big picture and determine where you are at. It's kind of looking at a map, right? When it says you are here, you have to determine where you're at first before you can decide where you're going to go. So the next step that we're going to want to take is determining what your values are. We often talk to clients about this in our meetings, especially this time of year, as we start to look forward and determine what we're going to be doing for the coming year, maybe what our budget's going to be for certain goals. How do we get there? How do we achieve these things? The important part of doing that is that if you don't assign a role to every one of your dollars, it's going to do something on its own. And it may not be where you want it to go. When you really stop and think about how much money you spend maybe extra at the grocery store, is that something that you could put towards one of the other goals that may be of more value to you? Maybe you have some things in your garage or your basement that you could spend some time going through and selling and putting those funds towards your goals. And of course, here at Rooted Planning Group, we hear about all kinds of goals for clients. We don't judge what they are. For some clients, it might be taking a big vacation. For others who don't like to travel, maybe it's buying a car that they used to have when they were younger and have fond memories of. For some others, it's planning for healthcare or maybe a big surgery or procedure that they know they have coming up. Sometimes life forces us to make decisions. So really sit and evaluate and think about, what are your values? What's actually most important to you? Are your goals for this coming year and your financial wellness goals in line with your values? Is what you're spending your money on in line with your values? If you find that there is a discrepancy there are some steps to take. So first, I think it's very important to write down what your monthly income is. And then break that out. Where is that income going? How much are you putting to savings, such as your retirement, possibly even, children's college funds? Maybe you're saving up for a wedding, or you've got other goals. I find that if you really sit and put either pen to paper, if you're a little old-fashioned like me, or sit at the computer and type out, make just a general spreadsheet. It doesn't have to be fancy and all these things. So just take the time to do it and figure out where all of your dollars are going. I did mention groceries earlier, and I know that with inflation, of course, everything is more expensive. So sometimes it's hard to control, right? But we need to make sure it's in line with what we are intending to do. So another step that we can take when we're looking at financial wellness is determining, are there cash back credit cards that you could use that offer a higher interest rate than maybe what you're earning on your savings account? And I say this very, very carefully. I'm not trying to suggest that you go out and you just spend all of this money on your credit card because you're going to get a bunch of cash back. This is for my people that pay off your credit card to zero every single month. You've built up your emergency cash savings. You feel comfortable and responsible with a credit card. Do not, in any situation, do this if you feel you struggle controlling the credit card spending. But this is a good option for people that I mentioned to earn a little bit back on expenses you're already going to pay anyway, such as groceries. I have a credit card that pays me 6% back on my purchases at the grocery store. It's a nice little bonus to get and to be able to cash in. And I use that money towards my goals that I've set for myself. It's money I was going to spend anyway. And so it is a nice little perk. You just really need to make sure that you are paying attention to paying that to zero every single month. The other thing that you want to look at is, what are the interest rates on all of your loans? Are there some that feel particularly high that you could start to put additional money on and start to pay down that principal balance a little bit sooner? Another item that we have been seeing across the board really is insurance coverage is going up. What is the coverage that you have? Your premium may have increased drastically last year, or maybe just a little bit, but really pay attention to what coverages you have. Are they coverages that you need? If you have an insurance agent, it's perfectly fine to reach out to them and ask about those coverages. The next tip that I have for you, it's that time of year where we get to hear often about our annual increases in pay. Maybe you got a salary increase or you got a raise. Take a portion of that raise. Let's say you're getting a 5% raise. I would challenge you to take 1% to 2% of that and increase your contributions to your pre-tax retirement plans, or possibly even your Roth portion. If you have access to a Roth 401k, this would be a really great time to increase that. It's money you haven't seen before, so it's a great time to put that little bit extra away. The next part that I want to talk about when it comes to financial wellness is, we go deeper into this. There's plenty of resources on our website, podcasts about this, is checking your credit report. If you haven't done so in a while, that would be a really great idea to do. Some people say, well, why? I don't necessarily care about my credit score. Well, even if you don't, you want to make sure that there's nothing on your credit report that doesn't belong to you. This also is a really great time to log in and go ahead and freeze your credit so that you don't get open to frauds or someone stealing your identity. So the last thing that I want to mention as far as a financial wellness tip is to really go ahead and learn how to live below your means. We often hear live within your means. It's just one step beyond really managing your budget and going to live below. It adds sort of a cushion for you to save for some of these bigger goals and expenses. You don't get used to a lifestyle and then need to cut back. You have that cushion built in. So I think it's important to really, this goes back to taking that time to assess your values and think through, okay, well, I've got X amount of expenses. I've got this amount of income coming in. Just really, making sure that that's in line with your values. And as I have said to clients before, and I often remind myself of, is that sometimes the world and really can get in the advertising, peer pressure, keeping up with the Joneses, all of those things you've heard before, that can really get in and muddy the waters, so to speak, of our values. So it may take some time to just sit back, spend some quiet time, and really think about what your values are. Now, there are other people out there that they could rattle off their values to you. They know what's important to them. And that is wonderful. If that's not you, that's totally fine too. I just encourage you and challenge you to spend some time thinking about that. And I'm going to end today with encouraging you, if you feel like this is overwhelming, I have so much to do, I can't possibly make a change or as drastic of a change as I want to do, reach out to someone for help. There's plenty of legal professionals, financial professionals, tax professionals that are happy to help you and would love to come alongside of you and help you reach your goals and help you on a path of financial wellness. If you find yourself in that camp, please reach out to us at Rooted Planning Group. We've got plenty of resources or references that we can help get you on your way. Thank you so much, podcast listeners, for joining us today and listening to some tips for financial wellness. We hope that you go on and rate our show and share with your friends so that more people can find us just like you did.
You've been listening to Money Roots, your go-to podcast for making personal finance accessible and approachable. Thanks for joining us today. Amy and her team have enjoyed guiding you through the roots of your financial journey. Remember, whether you're planting new seeds of financial knowledge or nurturing the growth of your existing financial plans, Money Roots is here to support you every step of the way. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, and visit our website at www.rootedpg.com/podcasts for more resources. And of course, subscribe to Money Roots wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss an episode. A big thank you to the sponsor, Rooted Planning Group, for making this show possible. At Rooted Planning Group, they're committed to helping you cultivate a thriving financial future. Until next time, keep growing your money roots.